Hello, I'm Jason from Unreasonable Adults. I would like to talk about our group. It's a group of 6 people made up of myself, Jason Sweeney, Caroline Daish, Karen Rowlands, Stephen Noonan, Julie Vulcan, and Fiona Sprott, with various other associate members. Unreasonable Adults is a name that encompasses far more than artistic practice. It speaks of a desire to be sudden, difficult, and lost for words in a complex, deranged, and unstable contemporary world. Unreasonable Adults intends to create work and generate ideas for new and varied spaces. I'm reading off the screen, as you can probably tell. The work is driven by a dedicated collective of artists with a strong sense of the solidarity in ensemble practice, working within an international cultural landscape and lineage of makers, thinkers, and artists who are drawn to each other from various disciplines and backgrounds. The collective use accessible and domestic technology as part of their work. Email, SMS, postal systems, public transport, CD burners, MP3s, MP3 players, video, CD and DVD collections, radios and TVs, and we really like animal masks. We like to dress up. We like wigs, simplicity, minimalism, instant responses, laughing and falling down. As a group, Unreasonable Adults have a mixed desire to make work that plays with the illusions of technology and their associated devices, and to completely expose their use or uselessness. Unreasonable Adults is not interested in disembodied new media, inaccessible language, or technological alienation tactics. Instead, Unreasonable Adults is opening up literal and figurative doors, I suppose, and allow for a more transparent relationship between the artist and the public. As live artists, the group's relationship to technology is to align themselves with the term coined by Exchange: don't mistake the tools for the purpose. Okay, well, that's all very nice and very good for a grant application or a proposal, but who are unreasonable adults? Well, they were not people in bars. They were really sleepy, actually. They kept a log in dark corners. They had bodies to defrag. They had uncontrollable bodies. They leapt up on tables. They didn't know where the energy came from. They didn't feel like talking. They were queer fucks and they knew it. They were uncool. They hated shouting and noisy bars. They, in fact, kept pretty much to themselves and let others do the talking. They were not rockin'. They were asked to go on first, and they rarely got a sound check. They hated parties. They preferred getting drunk in private. They preferred getting drunk together. They lost the desire to be social. They wrote as a way to work through the shit. They could not afford new clothes. They had only one pair of shoes. They were not argumentative. They were tentative. They were asked to speak up. They were perceived as loners. They were getting older by the minute. They had this op shop obsession. They had no groupies. They made hardly any money. They were not what you would call extroverted. They got butterflies and disliked speaking in public. They were bleeding. They were blood brothers, blood sisters. They didn't make it to the top. They were unapproachable. They kept themselves at a distance. They were adept at alienation tactics. They were curiosities. They were sorta ancient. They didn't go to talent school. They were well placed in the second-hand bin. They were unattractive on video. They were not forced entertainment. They were highly unreasonable in their negotiations. They should be eradicated. They were off sorts. They were splinters of a mirable shattered. They lived in the 80s. They were born in the 70s. They were cheap at half the price. They were used up, stepped-on water bottles on sticky nightclub floors. They were minimal. They were sad. They were not attentive. They were other people's children. They slid between the luxury gap. They were not aware of what it was they were doing.